Hello, Breakfast Club. Welcome. It is Wednesday, and I want to say thank you to Nathyn Brendan Masters for really being incredibly flexible with the fact that my schedule has just been discombobulated, and it's going to continue to be that way, unfortunately, as I'm now really entering my busy season. But thank you, Nathyn, for working with me to do this week's topic and next week's topic, etc., etc. Also, I want to say thanks to Brock for his video round robin last week. I think that was a really fantastic and interesting topic. I appreciate the perspective that is quite different, it seems, from most of the people that are our normal show hosts here on the Breakfast Club. So I like that contrast, and I had a good time with that topic. Thank you. This week's topic is somewhat more lighthearted, for which I am grateful, and I also find this topic to be pretty fun, which is, as Nathyn put it in his video, what are life goals that you have had and achieved? Presumably this also includes goals that we still have, because sometimes goals take a long time. So I put together a little list of goals because in my mind, over the course of my life, I have them broken down, right? You always have kind of your immediate goals, your medium goals, and then your long-term goals. One of my goals in life was, ever since I was a little kid, was to write books. I have a scrapbook dating all the way back to something. Well, it goes all the way back to the beginning because my mom started it for me, and then I continued it by adding my own things. But it goes back, and I have things going back to like the 4th and the 5th grade where I was typing up books on my typewriter and making little stories and stapling them and trying quite poorly to do the illustrations in these books. And so I guess that writing and making my own books was something that has always been a fascination and a love of mine since I was a very little girl. And I have at least managed to begin to complete that goal. I established a business several years ago. It began as bookbinding, and it has grown into other things. I actually sold a book that I made to Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain's wife, ex-wife. I don't know. I didn't keep up on their politics. But this is kind of a cool thing in my mind because my little brother, who is no longer with us in this world, one of his favorite musicians was Kurt Cobain, and so I happened to have that weird little connection there. I, a few years ago, did actually do my first book, so I have this. This is a book that I wrote. It is a kid's book, and I actually want to write books in 3 different categories. I want to write children's books, as you can see. Woohoo! So this was like one life goal starting to be achieved, which was I got the children's book. And then as a much more long-term goal, I would like to write and be published to contribute basically to the body of philosophical knowledge that is out there. I have a school of philosophy that I work on developing. I would like to eventually one day flesh that out and publish it. I would like to contribute some philosophical insights into probably the realm of bioethics because I find it to be incredibly fascinating. My 2 biggest long-term life goals, I have 2 goals. One of them, I guess, that I didn't really know was a goal when I was much younger. I didn't know it was a thing that people could do as a kid, so it wasn't formulated in my head as a goal back then, but it is now. I eventually want to buy a large plot of land and to build a themed event venue where I both live and operate a business on that piece of land. I would like to eventually be able to grow that so that I can then turn around and engage in philanthropic endeavors. I really would like to be one of those people in society that has the ability to seek out other artists and other creators and support them, to support the things that they need for their art, their venues. You know, when you go into the symphony hall or you go into the opera or you walk around various establishment buildings in your city, you'll oftentimes see, you know, dedications to people on the wall or embedded into the cobblestones that you're walking on. And I want to be one of those people. It's very laudable, and I look at those names when I go to those places, and I want to be like those people. I want to be able to give back the way that those people give back. Those are like my two kind of other big life goals, you know. So everything that I do in life moves towards those goals in some way, shape, or form. I also have unofficial goals. I guess you can call them hobbies. Other people probably call them hobbies. But I guess I think of them as goals because they're things that I want to work towards and achieve, right? So some of the things that are my unofficial goals: I am a flautist. I play the flute. And I actually want to expand my musical repertoire into being able to start to learn how to play the piano and the harp. I've kind of taken up this fascination with the harp lately. So I don't have a harp or a piano at this time, but those are, like I said, small goals. They're pastime goals. I don't know. I like to play chess. And so one of my goals in relation to that is, I don't know, I guess that I just, become a decent chess player, and that really is very much kind of a hobby goal. But I want to be fluent in multiple languages. That is another goal of mine. And so I tend to pluck away at that goal as well through various immersive technique. And then I guess the last of those, which is sort of a goal, but also kind of a realized goal a little bit, I want to travel. And I've done some traveling before in my life, you know, gone to South America and Europe and whatnot. I want to do more traveling. I absolutely love it. And the way that I look at doing this, you know, kind of merging this with real life, even though traveling seems kind of like a pastime, you know, people go on vacation or whatever, I really would like to get my Patreon channel developed to the point that I am able to work travel, where I can essentially go to the places and explore them and make the videos and basically bring my viewers with me and let them enjoy the things that I am doing and seeing as well. So I tend to have really good travel juju. I've done some pretty sweet things that have happened quite randomly whenever I do travel. So anyway, those are my goals. If you guys want to know what has made me all off schedule this week, it is this little girl. She is arriving Thursday, and I'm going to get her in the evening. I'm really excited for this. It's a sugar glider, and it will be my first one. I'm super excited for her. She's going to be so cute. So that is why everything got topsy-turvy. Anyway, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I would tell you that Nathyn Brendan Masters is up next, but he kind of went first, so I think it's actually JJ Talks. I'm not sure what our order is this week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody, and I will see you next week on the flip side.